Hello, my name is Samantha Skyring from Taxist Accountants, and today I want to go through the support measures in place for helping employers through this pandemic. The UK government has introduced a series of measures to slow down the spread of coronavirus pandemic. So the majority of employers are having to actually adapt the way their employees work. One of the key measures for employers is the Coronavirus Job Retention Scheme, allowing UK employers to access a financial subsidy worth 80% of their workers' wage costs, up to a cap of £2,500 per worker per month, plus the employer's national insurance contribution and employer's pension contributions on top of this. Employers would need to class their employees as furloughed workers to be eligible for this scheme. Now, furloughed worker isn't exactly a normal term we use day in, day out nowadays, but what this actually means is it's a non-working employee who is retained on the employer's payroll rather than being laid off. However, a furloughed worker is able to take on voluntary training. You can furlough a worker for a minimum of 3 weeks, currently up to the end of June 2020. Again, just like it was recently, the deadline may well be extended. We'll have to wait and see. The employer has to designate these employees and then submit the relevant information to HMRC via their new online portal. Now, this portal went live Monday, the 20th of April. And so far thousands upon thousands of claims have been submitted. Now, once your claim has actually been submitted, then HMRC have stated that it should actually take around 6 days for the funds to be in your bank. The complex issues here are actually around the calculations. Now, for a full-time salary worker, you simply take their pay from their last payday on or before the 19th of March 2020 and times by 80% and compare it to the £2,500 cap. However, for staff whose pay varies, you would actually have to look at working at an average and comparing to the same month in the previous year. Now, when averages are involved, as you can imagine, because you're looking at a year's worth to work it out, there can be quite a lot of figures involved and it can get quite complex. It depends on the systems that you've got in place to help you do this. I'm pleased to say at Tax Assist, we can help you do these calculations just to make your life that little bit easier throughout these times. Among its package to help employers also, the government has actually introduced legislation to allow employers to reclaim statutory sick pay relating to employee absences as a result of coronavirus. Now, as you may be aware, statutory sick pay has been around for years and years and years and years. But unfortunately, I believe since 2014, you were no longer able to reclaim statutory sick pay. So it's fully funded by your own pockets. But like I said, the government has now introduced that statutory sick pay will be refunded to you as an employer. And it will be paid for up to 14 days at a current statutory sick pay rate of £95.85 a week. And this is actually going to be paid from the first day of the absence. Again, this is another slight change. Normal statutory sick pay, you only reclaim SSP from the 4th day, but under this scheme, you can claim it and the employee can be paid it from day 1. Okay, while the government actually is still devising the repayment mechanism, it's important that you maintain all records of your staff absences and any payments of statutory sick pay to ensure that you can claim when the system is eventually up and running. Another big thing that's changed is physically the way we work. So remote working has actually changed the way that many businesses operate for their foreseeable future. Okay, so while many businesses may already have plans in place for these types of scenarios, pandemics or other types of big changes, But for others who haven't actually thought about this is a massive adjustment for you. So just make sure that, you know, you're constantly talking to your staff, you've got the relevant IT in place, you're using things such as Skype, FaceTime, Zoom, all these virtual meetings, applications, just to have a bit of that sort of face-to-face interaction with your staff, with your customers. It will help maintain relationships throughout and hopefully keep your business going throughout these challenging times. The next scheme that was announced, again, another welcomed break that they released, was deferred holidays. So as you can imagine, throughout this pandemic, a lot of employees that maybe had booked holiday may have turned around to you and said, well, actually, we no longer need to take holiday because obviously we're not in the office. We can't actually go anywhere or do anything, unfortunately, in our own time. So there's no need for us to take it. And that's absolutely fine. And you may be in agreement with the employees on that. But then what happens is you're probably thinking, well, if they don't have their holiday now, we don't know when we're going back to normal, and things start kicking off again. So they may be all wanting to take their holiday at the same time towards the end of the year, which unfortunately for you and a business is going to be hard to manage, you know, with everyone being off on holiday. You can't physically run a business that way. So this deferred holidays is very welcomed in the fact that what it actually allows you to do is you can an employee can carry over their unused holiday entitlement over the next 2 leave years. Okay, so it enables you as a business to plan for when people are going to be off. So you can make that clear to your employees now. Okay. The last thing that I just want to touch on is off-payroll working in the private sector, or otherwise known as IR35. The government has actually now agreed to defer these new rules affecting contractors working for the private sector. They were set to be introduced on the 6th of April 2020, and we're pleased to say that these rules have been pushed back to the 6th of April 2021. So if you were looking to be affected by that, then you haven't got to worry about it until much later on in the year. Okay. Now, I can appreciate as an employer, you've got lots going on, you know, looking after employees, maintaining their relationships, getting them to work in a very different manner. Lots of challenges around that. So we want to make your life as easy as possible here at Tax Assist. So we can help you through explaining in detail all the different schemes and funding that's available to you as an employer through these challenging times. We can help you generally with just, you know, how to, you know, take the weight of doing payroll off your hands. Any of these types of services through putting in the actual claims, helping you get the money, or just simple explanations and telling you what's possibly available to you as an employer, but also to you as a business and an individual, you know, because you will be worrying about those types of things as well. So to arrange a telephone or video consultation, please do call us today on 0800 0523 555. Take care and stay safe. Thank you.